Today, I'm super excited to introduce a game changer in the world of digital graphics and creative tools, the TourBox Elite. This device isn't just an average controller, it's designed to revolutionize your workflow and save you a lot of time. Let's explore all amazing features it has to offer. This video is sponsored by TourBox. I will be demonstrating TourBox today by creating concept art in Photoshop. I will show you how this device changed my workflow, allowing me to stay focused on my creativity and my art. TourBox is very handy for the artists, allowing you to make concept arts in Photoshop, editing the photos, and also the one that I use very often is Premiere Pro for video editing. And more importantly, I will show you today. In this video, I will show you this super handy tool every artist should have, especially a professional artist, by creating 2D environment art in Photoshop. I will give you some tips and also explain all the process of 2D environment creation in Photoshop, as well as how it can be useful for 3D artists and get a new TourBox Elite. The link will be in the description. Be productive and share your artwork in our community Discord channel, as well as in your social media. Link me in your post where you created art with the TourBox, and I will share your art in my stories, so more people will see your art and your progress. TourBox Elite, this is the most upgraded and premier version of the controller with so many amazing features. It's an eye-free controller that gives you all the freedom to keep focus where it matters the most, on your artwork. Here is where all the magic begins. The device size and shape allow you to hold it and switch between the buttons in a very natural way. And you very fast memorize all the buttons, so after a little bit, and you don't even think about what button you press. It happens absolutely automatically. I can compare this device to the keyboard. Most of the buttons are the same size and the same surface, so very often you need to keep your attention on the buttons instead of your artwork and your canvas. You constantly need to double check or change your hotkeys by looking for exact button. The same way it works with the traditional art. When I draw my sketch in my sketchbook with a pencil, I don't really think about my materials, I'm just focusing on my idea and my concept art. I am fully concentrated on my drawing, and instead of thinking about the materials and tools, I dream about how I can make the scene better or what I can add. In traditional art, I don't have any disruption because I don't think about all those things. When I switched to the digital graphics, I was very uncomfortable with the keyboard and this constant switching with the buttons and brushes, and it just didn't feel natural. Instead of thinking what window I need to open, what tool I need to select on my screen, I just use the TourBox, and it gives me the same feelings as I have with traditional art. I forget about all my tools, I'm concentrated with my artwork, with my canvas in Photoshop, and I am alone with my idea and with my art. One of the best features of TourBox Elite is the level of control and customization. You can adjust the speed, the vibration. You can set up all your hotkeys with the combination of the buttons you want and what is comfortable to you, and create separate preset that will save all those hotkeys for the future. The TourBox console is a special software where you can customize and create your own preset with the hotkeys that you need. It lets you to set up your device in the way you like, with many features to explore. Now we're looking at TourBox console software, and I really want to show you the main features in here. If you look at preset list, you can see that we have here Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Edit, and Premiere Color. This is the main preset that TourBox console has as default. You can change any of them. Every time you push any button in here, it will highlight on your viewport with the TourBox. I think it's really very cool, and it takes you no time to find the button that you want. But this is not the most cool part, because every time you press the button, it selects this button automatically with the preset settings. So you can very easily find your button and change the hotkey if you want to. That's a really very fast way to program your buttons. The interface is very friendly, and you don't need to watch any tutorials. You can just intuitively find everything you need. You can very easily change the hotkeys by pressing one time on the hotkey and change it to any key you want. The last section is custom section. You can create any action you want with any combination of the keys. And you also have style settings, which is actually separate bar when you can move it whatever you want. And this bar uses those arrows on your TourBox already set tools as brush tools, stamp tools, headline tools. So if we go to the brush tools, we have brush on my screen. You have different vibration in here, which is actually can be off, no vibration at all, weak, a little bit, and strong. You can also set the rotation speed by fast to medium and slow. The same you have with some buttons like DL, which is actually has the fast, medium, and small. It's very easy navigating here, and if you draw something, then if you want to write in your viewport, you just push scroll down your full canvas right now selected on your viewport, which is actually you can see the whole canvas. It's very handy feature as a concept artist. I usually start my 2D art with a line art, where I can just imagine a picture in my head and start putting the lines before using the color, because it allows me to put on the canvas the most important part of my concept, the main idea. So in this case, I have a building, I have the field, I have mountains behind, and that's all I need. I don't need to be very fancy, I don't need to be very detailed, I just need to know where the main shapes are going to. After I'm done with the line art, I move to the color, but today I'm creating a sketch of concept that I was inspired by other artists. The link to the reference that I use will be under this video in the description. I just want to experiment with the different brushes and see how far I can go with this device and also with my skills. In the same time, I would like to think about the forms, think about the shapes, about the lighting. It also helps me to improve my 3D modeling as well. About this a little later, and let's focus on colors right now. It's very important to notice how the device helps me with the drawing. Brushes control and tool changes make this process so much faster, and I just love the process. I'm just putting the main colors, which is actually can look a little messy, but if you are familiar with oil painting, it's exactly how it looks in the beginning. It's hard to explain, but it's kind of like everywhere, and you can't see exact object, but it's kind of there. This is a stage where you just put the main colors so you can visually see the size of the shapes, the colors, and how they work with each other. And I think it's very close to the 3D modeling, where you start with the main shapes, where you have just cubic shapes around, nothing specific, no details, no doors, just solid shapes. This is the same about 2D art and colors. When I already got the mountains behind with the colors and the fields. I'm starting working with the house because the house is the main character in my scene, in my environment. I'm go a little deeper and trying to actually put the shadows and lights on the object so you can visually see that this is a house, not just like gray shape of something. I decided to add water to my scene because I really would like to experiment a little bit here for this moment and see how actually it will look. I'm not sure right now, maybe it wasn't a great idea, but I'm gonna take a call and go for that. Honestly, just because I've been working with a 2D art for so long, and more specifically it's been with a traditional art, it helped me a lot to think about 3D modeling from the completely different perspective. Especially when you just started, it's hard to see how lighting, shadows, and scale of your texture on 3D models affect how good it looks. The only way how you can see those scenes is just by training your eye. You can go explore, but it's very important to compare by drawing, by creating 2D concepts and working with the hand paint models. I learned how you can actually working just with the lighting can make the model look so much better or concept look so much better. It's so much important to have deep colors in your scene so you can have this perspective. It's all so much connected. Bluetooth connection changed everything. Many artists has a problem with the cords on your desk everywhere. You have your tablet, keyboard, mouse, and so many other devices, and it's all connected by the cord. With the TourBox Elite, you don't need any cord anymore. You can connect it by Bluetooth, and it's very fast, it's very handy. This controller I also use not only with my desktop, but also with my laptop. I can move this device from one desk to another, and it takes no time at all. I don't need to disconnect and connect it again. This device is very small, and it has also additional a travel box. If you travel a lot, you can bring your TourBox in your trip to be able to make your favorite art. I honestly love it a lot. I love the material that they use for the surface of the TourBox as well as materials for the box. So next time when I will travel, I will definitely bring the TourBox with me. The TourBox isn't just limited with the Photoshop. It supports many programs that you probably work with, such as Premiere Pro, Adobe Lightroom, DaVinci Resolve. Working with this tool in my video editing saved me so much time, but also right now, working in Premiere Pro with the TourBox is so much pleasant than it was before. I'm about to show you how exactly it works with the Premiere Pro, because it's so easy now to navigate, scale, and not be lost in lots of files that you have there. I think it will be great to make this scene in 3D modeling one day in Blender or something, maybe Unreal Engine 5. Let me know what do you think about this in the comments under this video. If you look closer to what I am doing, you don't have shadow from the object, full fill just with one color. You have some kind of transmission. In the same time, all the shadows are depending on their surface, so if they are flat or they are more round, shapy, they have what it's called shape shadow, which is create air perspective for the object. So basically using the knowledge about how to make an object just being flat to actually look like kind of 3D, just using the knowledge how you can use the lighting itself, you can make the art look so much better. The same applies for 3D modeling. Lighting in the scene is very important. It creates not only the atmosphere, it creates the feeling that this is real, this is actually exists. It's not fake. In 3D modeling, you can use it with the lighting itself, you can use it with the texturing. If you work with a substance painter, you have 3D distant mask and so on. I don't do a lot of 2D art, so it's kind of been quite a while when the last time I was doing something just 2D environment, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy to experiment, I enjoy to think what I actually would like to add to the scene, and then actually make it, actually use the idea to make the art better. Here is very important part, because I need to have the size of something to compare all my objects to each other. In my case, I just decided to put a person in there on the center of my scene, which is actually will look better, but in the same time I can compare the size to all my objects and see if I need to change the size or I need to keep it. The same works in 3D modeling. You always need to have some reference of size, some metrics. More detail, I talk about it in my last video about 3D model in a car. But also very often artists use just the model of the person, where they can just put it and see how big the house should be and compare all those objects to the size of the person. I think every artist uses this technique because this is a professional way to do it. I also decided to add the tree on the first layer, put some trees with no leaves that create this atmosphere of like something is really happening here. I honestly love making 2D art in Photoshop because it's so much different than traditional art, because here you can make a layer with some colors and then you can change those colors with just color correction or different filters to help to improve your art so fast. And I like it a lot because it allows you to do more about the art than you can do in real life, and it also allows you to change your art so fast and so easily. Or you just want to see how it looks in different color correction, you can very easily do that. The art itself should question the viewer, should allow the viewer to explore your scene and think what is happening here. The concept itself should tell a story, and all the objects that involved in this concept should work with the main idea. The main concept of this scene is that something happening around the house, the person coming to this house, you have the natural surrounded. I felt in love with the environment art. Environment art tells you the story. Environment art make you think about scenes. Environment art make you analyze and be wondering what happened in this world. I found it very unique part of creation, and at the same time so beautiful. I love it. I will definitely be better in this field, and I keep telling the stories with my art to the world. After I spent 3 years with the TourBox now and probably 3 weeks with the TourBox Elite, I can confidently say that it has completely changed the way I work. If you just start your way into graphics and concept art, I would highly recommend you to get a graphics tablet first and also at least TourBox Lite version of the device. Your life will be changed forever. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of TourBox Elite. Thank you TourBox for sponsoring this video and the chance to show this great device to our community. And just personally for me, I want to add that TourBox provides great customer support. And I think it's been the greatest experience in my life. They constantly improve their software and also they come up with a less expensive version of the TourBox. They care about their name, their brand, and also they solved a huge problem of the creators. I want to thank you to the company for the opportunity to present TourBox today, as well as their great job. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was interesting for you and I hope you found lots of interesting information and I hope you will enjoy your new TourBox. It was your favorite CG Bird channel. See you in my new video. Bye bye.